In the coming weeks and months, I want to talk a lot more about how the enemy likes to fight on the battlefield. But to do that, we really have to understand the concept of a politicized military, which is a very foreign idea to most of us in the West, because in the United States, Europe, and a lot of other allied nations, democratic institutions typically have systems where the military serves the Constitution, it serves the people. And as elections change, the people giving the military orders that will change as well, which is good. That's a good, stable system, and it creates a good process for changing power, where the military isn't going to be involved in elections, isn't going to be involved in coups or anything like that, when we have that nice, stable system. But a lot of enemy nations, like Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, they tend to have very politicized militaries, where the military serves the party. So when China has the People's Liberation Army, that is not an army of the people. It is not a party for China. It is a military explicitly for the Communist Party of China, right? Similarly, Russian military very much is beholden to Vladimir Putin and his oligarchs, not anyone else in the political sphere. It is very much a top-down approach, where these autocrats can have a lot of control over how the military does things, which is, advantageous if you are an autocratic dictator that wants complete control. But it has costs, and these costs can be leveraged and exploited if we're facing off against these enemy nations. So a big one is the training cost of political indoctrination, because naturally, if you have politicized military, you have to make sure that your troops are actually part of that party that you're trying to serve. So China, for example, spends numerous days throughout the year, training days, and they're not learning weapon skills, they're not learning tactics or maneuver capabilities or anything like that. Instead, they're learning Communist Party thought. They're learning about Xi Jinping thought and studying how great the Communist People's system is, even when it's not, right? And to ensure that that stuff is taking place, you have commissars, which are providing political oversight at lower level. They're tattling, they're telling people what needs to happen, and they can overrule a lot of lower level commanders to make sure that they are towing the party line, which discourages innovation and makes things much more rigid at a tactical sense and less able to adapt overall. At the higher levels, you have commanders and generals that are typically appointed based on loyalty and not competence. That's how we get the Wagner group and everything in Russia is led by Vladimir Putin's best friend. When things go wrong, generals get replaced by just loyal people. And this is to ensure that you don't have coups or political infighting, because all the higher level leadership is stacked with your buddies that are not going to make a move on that dictator, despot, or anything like that. Which, cool for the guy in charge that's trying to retain political power, but not so great if you're trying to win a war and you need someone that's actually good at tactics, at maneuver doctrine, things like that, and winning the actual fight. So understand that this is how most enemy nations build their militaries, and it's something that can be taken advantage of if you can understand the weaknesses, but also respect the strengths as well.